What's up, MHA owners? What a wild and fun and lots of scoring in Week 7. We're here to recap all of it. Eric Lansing, Todd Diamond, Mikey Renault. How about all them points this week, guys? A lot of high scores and touchdowns and back and forth. And, of course, the Bronco game seemed like it was a fun Sunday, or I guess you would say Thursday, Sunday, and Monday of football. How are y'all feeling today on this Tuesday evening?
Good, fifth win of the season. The Broncos, made us hyperventilate a little bit, but feeling good. Bo Nix is the real thing. I just don't think I think we want the Broncos to play all 4 quarters and not have Tim Tebow moments. I think we had enough of that.
I don't know if Tim Tebow ever scored 33 in one quarter before.
No, but it's just more about the it seems like he just turned it on, and flipped the switch on, in the fourth quarter. I'm good. Let's play all 4 quarters, and let's not like now let's decide to play. No.
Coach Todd Diamond.
Yep, that's right.
Put him in as head coach to see what happens.
I'd quit the team.
Mike, how are we doing on this Tuesday night?
Hey, pretty good. I won a game that just like the Broncos that I thought I was going to lose. So, hey, I'm grateful.
He is grateful. Well, let's get into this week 7, but we got to get into some news first, and there's quite a bit of it.
I don't understand what the news is. It's just like, hey, here's a bunch of you can't fix that happened that was horrible.
Speaking of horrible, Nico Collins, Kilgore Trout wide receiver, he suffered a concussion on Monday night, and I think I did as well. That was a bad Texans offense. Talk about a lot of points scored this weekend. They are pathetic. I don't know, running things over there, but it is not good. Collins in the concussion protocol and couldn't miss week 8. And if I'm not mistaken, I forget what time he plays, but something to keep an eye on there for Kilgore Trout. It was confirmed on Monday that Saints and notorious CUP's running back Kendre Miller tore his ACL. And he will miss the rest of the 2025 season. So tough break for Miller, who shown a couple of good games this season. Anytime you can get running back depth, it's great. And now he's gone, so no more depth. Ravens and NWA quarterback Lamar Jackson still not practicing as of Monday. I didn't see anything today, but the big news was that he wasn't practicing. He's been dealing with a hamstring injury. The Ravens coming off a bye. They play Chicago this week, so I don't know if NWA is going to have him or not, but something to keep an eye on. Speaking of quarterbacks, Commanders and Chad Powers quarterback Jane Daniels left his game against the Chiefs early with a hamstring injury. It looked painful, but apparently he escaped serious injury. His status is up in the air for Monday night, so something to keep an eye on. As we get closer, Cooper's Cousins wide receiver Mike Evans will miss significant time after breaking his collarbone on Monday night. It's uncertain if he'll be back for the MHA playoffs, but he likely won't reach 1,000 receiving yards for the 12th straight season, so that's a sucky way to not get there, but 11 years in a row, that's the record, right? Did he break the record for that?
I think so, because it was, I don't know, because obviously when you're mentioned with Jerry Rice, that's pretty good, but I think it was close to it. I think the record's 12, and he was obviously was at 11. So,
Mikey, get on that. Figure that out.
Oh, I'm on it, and I like how you said likely because you're trying to give him some benefit.
Well, nothing's for certain in this world, but I'm just trying to be
positive.
I don't know if that's it either. I don't care if he makes it or not, but JJ McCarthy, not that he's on really anybody's team. He might be on someone's team, but limited in practice. And so we may see Carson Wentz once again. What else we got here? Gonzo Cats tight end Darren Waller strained his pectoral muscle. It was reported that he may need surgery for that. And if I was Darren Waller, I would take the surgery because I do not want to be in that mess in Miami. Ugh. I'm surprised they haven't fired anybody in that crap hole over there. That is just terrible. What's going on in Miami?
I would re-retire if I was him. That's probably what I would
re-retire. But I think that actually that's all I've got. Did I miss anything? It seemed like the biggest news, at least news that was on people's teams. So,
Well, so it was 11,000-yard
so he tied the
seasons.
record.
Yeah, he tied the record.
And was that Rice that he tied it with?
Yeah, Jerry Rice.
All right. Well, there you go. Good job, Miguel. Way to be on that for us. All right. Well, that's the news. Let's get into the week 7 recap. And we'll start with the matchup of the week 1 versus 2. 4-2 Butterfingers versus 5-1 Lion Rip. This was quite the matchup. Both had 58 point scoring quarterbacks, and both had a player reach 32 or more points. Butterfingers was up early on Sunday morning, and that was the early morning game as he saw Matt Stafford light up the Jags defense for 5 passing touchdowns. I don't even know how he had 2 more. They were up big in the fourth quarter, and I guess they just kept throwing and pushing up the score. Good for them. 58 points for Matt Stafford in that 7:30 game. Then Quinshawn Judkins came in for the 11 a.m. game and ran roughshod against the Dolphins for 84 yards and 3 scores. Also in the morning group of games, Patrick Mahomes matching Stafford's 58 after hitting on 26 completions and 3 passing TDs. Then the afternoon game, and it really made things interesting. It was literally back and forth. I was hanging out with the guys, and 1 minute we see Jonathan Taylor scoring a touchdown from Lion Rip. Then it was Jake Ferguson answering back for a touchdown of his own for the Butterfingers. Then Michael Pittman hauls one in for 17 points for Lion Rip. And Quentin Johnston with a touchdown. Then back to Taylor. We got another one. Then Ferguson another one. It was quite the afternoon affair. Then it only got better in the night game as Christian McCaffrey and Bijan Robinson went at it for the 2 owners. And it was Todd's first round pick, racking up 35 points. He was incredible on that Sunday night game. His first week over 30 this season. Bijan was good in his own right, 18 points. And of course, this came down to Monday night. Lion Rip still had Jamison Williams, while Todd had Jason Myers, the kicker, and Seattle's defense. Well, that's where the interesting part would end, as Todd Diamond on Monday night, 26-0. His guys, 0 for Lion Rip, and Butterfingers would take the victory 193-163. And it was the second time this season Todd would defeat Lion Rip. And Todd scored 193 points without Puka Nacua. Todd, goodness gracious, what a day. How's that heart feeling a couple days after the fact?
I mean, wow. I mean, obviously I have a lot of words all the time, but I mean,
keep that mouth next to the mic there, Todd.
When I woke up this morning, when I woke up on Sunday morning, and I think I woke up a little late, but I was like, wow, he already has two touchdowns already. I'm like, all right, this is phenomenal. This is great. Let's keep it going. And I thought too, because it was raining, and I thought, oh, this is a Kyron Williams game, because obviously, it's raining and everything like that. They're just going to run the ball, but no, it was Matthew Stafford and Devontae Adams. I have Devontae Adams in my other league, so that was great too as well. But I mean, wow, 5 touchdowns. I mean, Stafford is for fantasy quarterback MVP is leading the pack for sure. Judkins, again, another 3 touchdowns. I mean, a player that I drafted toward the end of the draft, and again, it's words will live in infamy. Is he even going to play? Oh, he's playing, fellas. He's playing, and he's taking over. So, 3 touchdowns from there. I mean, he's the guy. There's no one else there. And then, of course, I mean, Christian McCaffrey, fellas. He's the best running back in fantasy football and reality. I mean, he does everything. I say it every single year. I know that it's always the fear of his of him getting injured, but like I said, when he gets injured one year, comes back and just lights it up. So
wild stuff indeed. All right, let's check in on another rematch. And it was also the rematch of last year's championship match, as 4-2 Hot Tamales went at it with the defending champs and 3-3 Kilgore Trout. Mikey's starting quarterback, Caleb Williams, put up a measly 19 points against a usually bad Saints pass defense. And in response, Joe's signal caller, Dak Prescott, piles up 50, throwing up for, they call it a 50 piece, Miguel? Is that what the kids are calling it? 50 piece?
50 piece.
50 piece, thrown up for 3 touchdown passes. The Tamales running back struggled as Brees Hall and Rico Dowdle only could muster up 16, but his wide receivers went crazy. Rashee Rice, fresh off the suspension list, scored a whopping 21 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 passes, one of those for a TD and 16. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, despite how bad Sam Darnold was at time, he caught 8 balls for 123 yards and a score. Few bad apples for Joe's team. 5 points from Nico Collins, 0 from George Kittle, and 6 from Kenny Walker. Tamales take the 131-117 win. Thoughts from you, Miguel? You were kind of, when I got to Aaron's house in the afternoon, you thought you were dead in the water. But it seemed like despite the Caleb Williams outing, your guys kind of took down Kilgore Trout.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely wasn't looking good. Like, my running backs didn't do much. Like, Caleb Williams, that was just so hard to watch on Sunday morning. I've never been so frustrated watching a quarterback play where it's so hard for, him to complete passes. It's just, yeah. So knowing that Dak Prescott was going to be going in the afternoon against a really bad Washington defense, I thought I was dead in the water, but hey, my receivers and my kicker came to play. And so I am, like I said at the beginning of this podcast, I'm extremely grateful. I did not think that even going into Monday night, you know, well, going into Sunday
Yeah, you
night,
were still concerned.
it was
You
four
seemed
against
concerned
two.
going into Monday night.
I got lucky that George Kittle gave him a goose egg, and then, even Monday night, yeah, I was concerned because you can't project, receivers to get 15 plus points every time. I've got some of the best in the business, and it's a hard number to reach, but I mean they came through, and so yeah, I mean 4-3 is so much better than 3-4, so hallelujah.
Shut up. I'm 3-4.
He's like, yeah,
No
shut up.
hallelujah over here. Yeah. So Mikey, he improves to 4-3 as he mentioned. Kilgore Trout 3-4, the defending champs. Speaking of those Lemonheads, they were 2-4, taking on 3-3 Eaton W's for the second time this season. Kevin's squad didn't have first round pick Josh Allen, who was on a bye. Good start to the week for Eric's squad as Jalen Warren ran for 127 rush yards and caught 4 balls for 18 points. Also had a TD called back. Then came Sunday, and Cam Scatabo scored 16 points against a usually stout Broncos defense for Kevin's team. Keenan Allen loves being back in Los Angeles. Check that, Los Angeles. So my brain's still thinking it's the San Diego Chargers. Hauled in 11 passes this Keenan Allen for 119 yards and a score. And then there's Javonte Williams, who continues to make us just look plumb dumb. 18 points, his second 100-yard game of the season, and his 7th total touchdown. You know who I was glad to see back on the field, Miguel? CeeDee Lamb. Come on, man.
Yeah.
He was back on the field for the Lemonheads after missing the last 4 weeks. He tallied 16 points, and Cleveland's defense had a field day against those abysmal Dolphins, 26 points. And how about third-round pick Trey McBride? Loving that life with Jacoby Brissett. Never come back, Kyler Murray. 17 points last week, 25 points this week for McBride. Lemonheads held a 131-100 lead heading into Monday night. Jared Goff versus Sam Darnold and Rachaad White. Well, Monday night wasn't as exciting as Sunday. Goff only 32 points, Darnold 27, with White's 8 points, and Eric team holds on for the 163-136 win. I won't say too much. I just know I was going to get to somewhere around 150, 160 and been just pissed if I would have lost that game. But that's kind of how fantasy football works these days. Jared Goff continues to be so disappointing. But it was good to have CeeDee Lamb back. Josh Jacobs keeps doing his thing. And Trey McBride, I think he had, 1 touchdown all of last season. He's got 4 this season. So I'm glad that I didn't waste that 3rd-round pick on a tight end. It's good to have Trey McBride in the lineup. We keep going here. Notorious CUP found the right matchup once again. A lot of high-scoring games this week. He wasn't one of them, but he found a team that could only put up 104 points in NWA. CUP scored 123. The NWA didn't have Derrick Henry or Lamar Jackson due to the bye week, and his quarterback replacement of Mac Jones didn't pan out, just 22 points. For the 49ers backup QB, Drake London had a measly 6 points, while Kareem Hunt only managed 1. We'll just say that Drake May was awesome once again. 48 points. DeAndre Swift hit triple digits on the ground while rushing for a TD and catching a TD. And Lad McConkey may have found his rhythm 3 straight weeks with 10 or more points. CUP improves to 5-2, while the NWA falls to 2-5. In a battle of 2 and 4 teams, Chad Powers Fan Club and the Belt Sanders look to find that third win of the season. Allen's team got another big time outing from his first overall pick in Jamar Chase. This time, the Bengals wide receiver reached 30 points. He nabbed a Bengals record of 16 passes for 161 yards and a TD. Then his other starting wide receiver, Devontae Smith, cooked for a season-high 24 points, 9 grabs and a $183 and a tutty. I hate saying tutty, but I got to figure out a different way of saying touchdown. Tutty sounds so, I don't know, 2020. It's just not me. Anyway, Ramondre Stevenson, 88 rush yards and a score for 16 points. We mentioned Jalen Hurts' big day. Well, we may have not have mentioned Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts had a big day. And a bunch of that went to Miles' wide receiver, A.J. Brown, who recorded 22 points. He got double digits from Chase Brown, but not much else from the rest of the squad. Jaden Daniels had 32 before leaving with an injury. As we mentioned, the Belt Sanders, 3 straight wins after starting 0-4. The final, 149-101. In a battle of 3 and 3 teams, we saw the Gonzo Cats score 160 points in a 59-point victory over Scooper's Cousins. 70 points from Bo Nix. 70 piece? I don't know. Around 60 of that, I don't know the exact number, but around 60 of that came in the fourth quarter alone. How about Jahmyr Gibbs? He looked incredible on Monday night. 136 rush yards, 82 receiving yards, 2 rushing TDs for 32 points. And despite the Texans' bad offense, the Texans' defense scored 25 points, 179 return yards, and a return TD with 2 picks. Dylan's squad saw Travis Hunter have his best game of the season, 8 catches for 101 yards and a touchdown. But 0 points from Luke McCaffrey, 3 points from Ashton Genty, and 3 points from Sam Laporta. All that hindered Dylan's team from grabbing that fourth win. They're now 3-4. Gonzo Cats 4-3. Here are the MHA. Did I miss a game? I don't think I missed a game. Did I get everybody?
I think you got everybody.
I think I got everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
MHA standings after week 7. First place, Lion Rip, 5-2, leads the league with 1,094 points. In second place, Butterfingers, 5-2, 1,054 points. Second in the league in points. Third place, Notorious CUP at 5-2, 844 points. That's 10th in the league, gentlemen, but he's still 5-2. Fourth place is Hot Tamales. He is third in the MHA with 986 points. He's 4-3. Gonzo Cats 5th in the league in terms of record, 5th in the league in points with 960. Yours truly in 6th place, 3-4, but 4th best in terms of points scored at 969. 7th place, Eaton W's at 3-4, 955 points. He's 6th in points. 8th place, Kilgore Trout, 3-4, 935 points. That's good for 7th. 9th place, Belt Sanders at 3-4, 866 points, which is 8th. 10th place, Cooper's Cousins, 3-4, 810 points, which is last in the league. 11th place, the NWA, 2-5, 847 points, or 9th in the MHA in scoring points. And 12th place, Chad Powers Fan Club, 2-5, 811 points, and 11th overall in those points scored. Whew, that's a lot of information thrown at you. But just looking at those standings, no one's really out of it. I mean, 2-5 last place, and a couple of games back of like 3-4 and 4-3. So it seems like still kind of a jumbled mess of guys or teams, I should say.
That's awesome. No, it's gonna be competitive, the rest of the way. I mean, usually sometimes some teams either separate themselves, after a certain week, but a certain week, even 7 or 8 or whatever. But yeah, that's great. No, it's awesome. No, it's great. It's gonna, everybody's really kind of, obviously still in it, and you still got to be on your, you still got to make sure you're, you bring your A game every week, because, one bad loss could bump you down, from, top of the mountain, down below. So that's awesome.
One thing that we should remind everybody of, because I said Lion Rip is in first place, even though Todd has beaten Lion Rip twice. It's all about points. So so if you're tied, it's not based on head to head. It's about points. So just a heads up as we go down the stretch. If you're not sure, anything you want to say about these standings, Miguel?
You're right when you said jumbled mess. I mean, it's good because it keeps everybody engaged, and maybe some people make some deals, and sure it's going to be a busy waiver wire tonight with all the bye weeks, and
Got that right.
so yeah, I mean, I love it.
Doe of the week. Now, a lot of blowouts, as you heard, but do we give it to Miles for not putting in Devontae Adams? It wouldn't have helped him. However, we knew Puka was not going to play this weekend. Don't you play Devontae Adams over the other guys he had? Like, who was the other guys that he had? He had DK Metcalf was one of them, but I don't know.
Jalen Waddle, he played.
Yeah, and he's been doing okay of late. So, and he has AJ Brown, right?
Yeah, he has AJ Brown.
So, okay, wide receiver. And AJ Brown was great. He had 20 some points. So I don't know why I cannot find him on my page here. But yeah, I mean, I don't know.
But wait,
give him Doe of the week just for not. I mean, it just seems like with Puka gone, you knew Devontae Adams was going to feast.
Gonna get. Yeah, and the way that Rams offense has been playing since day one.
Yeah, Matt Stafford's good. We get it, Todd.
Okay. But it just, I mean, it's just.
We get it.
No,
Miles, you a fool.
No.
And if you don't want him, trade him to anybody. Anybody would love to have Devontae. I'd love to have Devontae Adams this week. Okay, let's get in to those super studs.
The cream of the crop. Nobody does it better.
Todd, give me a stud from this week 7.
Well, I'm just gonna pat myself on the back.
Of course you are.
Yep,
what a surprise. Pat yourself on the back. Go for it.
Will do. Christian McCaffrey, y'all. Man, dude is just automatic. I mean, runs, catches, everything. Dude, he is the NFL's ultimate weapon. Plain and simple.
Now, hold on. I'm going to play devil's advocate.
Okay.
You say he's the best running back in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know Jonathan Taylor has more fantasy points than Christian McCaffrey, don't you? He's got 11 touchdowns and McCaffrey's 6.
Yeah, but how many receiving touchdowns does Jonathan Taylor have?
1. But he has 10 rushing touchdowns.
How many? Let's
rushing.
See.
Running back.
Yeah.
Mikey, if you got to choose which running back you took with you for the rest of the season, who are you taking?
Ooh, boy.
Ooh, put you on the spot.
That really puts me on the spot. I've been consistent that I think that McCaffrey's going to get hurt at some point, so I'm going to stay with that.
That's who I thought you would say.
And go with Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. So who's the best running back in the league? I don't know. Jonathan Taylor is saying he should be in the mix.
Yeah,
but
Christian
McCaffrey is Todd's guy. I get it. He's good. Mikey, give me
Would you want McCaffrey on? Would you want?
Of course, I want McCaffrey on my team.
Okay, then.
What kind of silly question is that? Anybody would say no is an idiot.
Okay, then. But yes, Christian McCaffrey is my stud.
Yeah. We get it. Mikey, give me a stud.
There's so many to choose from.
There are. There was a ton of points scored this week.
But when you have what I believe, now there's no way it would take so much research. I don't have the time to do it, at least not right now. But what I believe to be a record for fantasy points in our league in a quarter, I have to give it to Bo Nix.
Because God damn.
I did tally it up, and the total was 55.48 points that he had in the fourth quarter alone.
Oh my gosh! Now, so with the hold on real quick with the Gonzo Cats, They also had, who was their backup quarterback? Justin Herbert. How many points did he have?
He had 70.9.
70. So he there at that was going on at the same time as the Bronco game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it wasn't like he knew Herbert already had 70 in the bank. So, but yeah, you figure you're looking at the two guys going, and Herbert's got like maybe 50 at one point, and Bo Nix had 12 or something. Like you must be kicking yourself. And then all of a sudden, Bo Nix ends up with 70. Unbelievable. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this was his stat line for the fourth quarter. He had 16 completions, 172 passing yards, 46 rushing yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 2-point conversions.
Oh, I didn't even realize they had 2-point conversions. Wow. Bo Nix.
Yeah.
With this bye week, shouldn't Gonzo Cats trade Bo Nix or Justin Herbert? You better capitalize on that stuff. Goodness gracious. What are you gonna say, Todd?
Oh, I was gonna say, but Bo Nix is him. It's freaking amazing. It's amazing.
Man,
It's
oh
amazing.
man. More studs. I'm gonna say Rashi Rice. Holy cow, coming off the suspension list. Sometimes they ease these guys in. Now he wasn't coming off an injury, so maybe didn't need to be eased in, but you don't know how football shaped someone is. But Mikey kind of needed him in a low scoring kind of week, at least for him. I'll say for him. But he didn't have James Cook. And so here comes Rashi Rice, who had 7 catches and 21 points. Just what round did you draft him in? Do you remember, Miguel?
I want to say it was 7, maybe.
So I mean, that's pretty decent value to also kind of, draft him at that point. Knew you're probably going to have to stash him because we knew at that point he was going to be suspended, right? And so
Yes.
you knew you weren't going to have him. And 6 weeks is a long time to look down the line, but then the the week you need him because of bye weeks. You put him in, he puts up 21. I mean, I hate you for it, just as a fantasy, as a fellow fantasy player, competitor, or whatever you want to call it. But that's pretty amazing. Come right in
It was actually round 8.
round 8. So there you go. Rasheed
Oh,
Rice
man.
comes in, rich get richer. Todd, do you have another stud for me? Do you want to pat yourself on the back again?
No, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. That was enough. I mean,
I think it's
58
just the way you said that. It was just so funny. No, I'm good.
I'm good. I'm good. That was good. That was
So who
enough.
do you got?
No,
Then?
I'm gonna go Jameer Gibbs.
He was good.
Yeah, I mean, him and Brown are like, I mean, you could go 1 and 1A. Who's the number one option on that Lions offense? But he's just every single week is just.
It ain't Jared Goff, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Gibbs is taking away all those completions from Goff there. So we better hope maybe in the going forward, if anything, Goff just throws the ball to Gibbs, and you benefit. But yeah, but Gibbs, Gibbs has only had 1 week where he hasn't scored double digits, and that was against Kansas City. But that was it.
Just imagine how good Gibbs would be if Montgomery wasn't there stealing carries.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously we saw it this week because Montgomery didn't do much of anything. But if he got like 75% of the run, just how he could be the number one. He'd be in that conversation with Taylor McCaffrey because he's like 30 points behind those guys.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, he would. Yeah, I mean, and again, I know we don't live in this world of bell cow running backs. A lot of them left, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, if I'm the Lions, I'm just giving the ball. Gibbs is just every time he touches the ball, it's just whoosh, touchdown, and he's gone. So yeah,
whoosh. That's what Todd said. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Need that sound effect. Todd's whoosh.
Whoosh.
Mikey, give me another stud.
Most normal weeks I would have gone with JSN because he's been incredible. But I'm not going to do it because Jamar Chase was, superhuman on Thursday Night Football.
They couldn't do anything to stop that.
No,
I mean, they have. Yeah, go ahead.
He had 23 targets, which is just insane.
It's dumb, is what it is. I mean, they paid all that money to that other wide receiver, and I don't think maybe they gave him a couple targets. He didn't do much of anything. But Jamar
Yeah.
Chase, boy, that's
74
impressive.
points in his last 3 weeks. Like,
Yeah, he's been 20 or more
Gee.
3 straight weeks. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, he's now. I know we were talking about, and I believe Aaron was saying like he was going to see if he could pull him off Allen at some point. That's not happening no more. Like he's he's now 1 point behind Amon Ra for being the top receiver on the season, which weeks ago
That's
we thought had no
crazy.
chance. Like he's caught fire and he's every bit of that number one overall pick now at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jamar Chase. Last stud, and I will talk about Todd's Mr. Judkins, 26 points against the Putrid Dolphins. His best fantasy game as a pro. Struggled last week against the Steelers for 3 points, but boy, he busted out 3 touchdowns. He's got double figures in 4 of his last 5. Todd kind of already talked about him, so I won't go too deep into it, but that's a big time performance from a running back, and he needed one to obviously in that big time game with Aaron and Judkins, I think a top 15. I'm looking at it. It's 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13th. He's 13th in terms of scoring. And, he got off. He didn't do a lot in the first couple of weeks, but ever since they give him more of the run, he's had double figures in those 4 or 5. So Mr. Judkins doing well.
Yep. And for where I drafted him too.
Yeah.
I
You
think
mentioned that.
I know. Well, I just like to mention where
Yeah. I think we all would if we had someone bust out to that effect. Let's go to the duds.
This is the worst. You are the worst. I hate looking at your face. I want to smash it.
Who was the worst in week 7, Miguel?
Well, I'm gonna go Ken Walker. He made my dud list. It's now 3 consecutive weeks where he's under double digits.
Charbonnet. I'm sorry, I
Yeah,
cursed on there. Stupid Charbonnet.
he's stealing all his points away. Like
Yes, he is.
it's not like Ken Walker's opportunities are necessarily limited, but he is getting absolutely no work in the passing game, and he's not getting any work at the goal line. So, like, he's kind of fallen into this area where he's going to get anywhere from like 4 points to 10 points because he's going to accumulate rushing yardage, but unless he breaks off a long one, then he's not going to get any scores. So, yeah, very disappointing.
I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It cost me in my other league because if he would have just gotten over 12 or 13 points, I could have won. But 4.7 yards per carry, he's running the ball pretty well, but he has not looked at inside the 10-yard line. It is Charbonnet all the way, or JSN. Obviously, he does a lot of work too, but not feeling good about Kenny Walker at all. Todd, give me a dud.
I'm gonna go with my God, and I thought in the beginning of the season and during the off season I was so high on him because there wasn't gonna be no competition. But again, it's my fault for trying to trust a Raider, but Genty has just been god awful. Lord, I have him in my other league. I have him in my other league. Just not.
He was god awful this week, is what you're saying, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
he's been okay. He's had 16 last week, 13 the week before, 32 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, but look,
I think it just depends on what kind of draft capital you put on him. If it's his first round pick, then yeah, I guess I'd be a little more frustrated.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I was expecting him to, just to, come out just guns a blazing. But yeah, this week not so well. But again, they have a crappy quarterback, but that's a different story for a different day.
And wasn't that game script a little? Was it 31-0? Was that the Chiefs get the score? Is that what that was? So yeah, I'm sure that once they got behind, they gave up at some point. Didn't you say it was like the earliest victory formation or something that you ever saw? I can't remember who said that, but they gave up pretty quick. Both teams kind of gave up pretty quick in that one.
Yeah, it's just I mean, again, but that offensive line and bad quarterback, so that's a recipe for disaster. But yeah, Genty for me.
George Kittle, goose egg. After missing last 5 games with an injury, saw 2 targets. And of course, Mac Jones was the quarterback, but obviously all the attention went to Christian McCaffrey. But I mean, to have George Kittle one of the top tight ends drafted. And I know Joe really, really needed him against Mikey. And Mikey, who was, I think, was it like he had like 4 players? You had 2 players at one
Yeah.
point, I think, heading into the Monday night or Sunday and Monday night game. And then zero. That's big time failure from what's supposed to be one of the premier tight ends in the league. And so that hurt him immensely, made it a little easier for him on Monday night. So I thought that was a big time dud. Mikey, who else you got?
Well, I got to go with the guy who's been robbing the Detroit Lions blind, and that's Jameson Williams. Like, he
Yeah.
signed that giant contract in the offseason. It was 3 years, 80 million. For what? Like, he has
Oops.
been one of the biggest disappointments of this year. Like, and I know there was a lot of people, myself included, that were high on him. Thought, maybe this was going to be a big, step up season for him. But my goodness, like, he has just been so bad. I mean, he now has in the 7 games that they have played, 5 of them he has had 2 catches or less, including
Oof.
the zero that he had on Monday night. And I know, Aaron's got to be disappointed. I'm sure he's looking at other options because he just can't be trusted right now.
And he's on a bye next week, which definitely doesn't help. But yeah, you're absolutely right. We were talking about it when we were watching the game, is that just he's not on the same kind of level, or not level, but just they're not seeing eye to eye between him and Goff. And so maybe that's why I'm having issues with Goff, because he's not finding the connection with Jameson Williams, because usually they go to him for the deep stuff, and he hasn't really gone off. He's had a couple double-digit games, but he hasn't really been a huge factor in that. And so, and it's not like the Detroit Lions offense is bad. It's not like they're struggling. They've scored 52, 38, 34, 37, 24. So I don't think that's the issue, but whatever the case, whatever's going on, I don't know if he's got like a hidden injury or if teams are just doing something to clamp on him, or he's just, hanging out with his money and not trying anymore. I don't know what it is, but yeah, Jameson's definitely in that mix for dud, big zero when Aaron needed him. So Todd, any other duds from you?
We'll go with Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, that was ones I had.
Yeah, only
5
5
points.
points. I mean,
Yeesh.
for a running back that, a lot of people going in the off season and the way and what he did, basing on what he did last year. Yeah, it's been kind of an up and down. I mean, granted, that whole Eagles team has kind of been, I don't know, up and down. Like they've been winning, but it's it's not it's not what they did last year. And Saquon definitely is not having, I mean, decent. I mean,
He's not doing what he did for Mikey last year.
exactly, yeah. I mean, but again, regardless of it, it's sometimes it's hard to, either try to repeat what you did last year and for what you did in fantasy for Mikey. But yeah, he's definitely not I mean, put it this way, I don't think he's gonna rush for 2,000 yards again this year. So yeah,
He hasn't reached the 100-yard mark at all. Like he had
no.
88 way back in week 2, but 46 yards rushing, 43, 30, 58, 44. So his yards per
Yeah.
carry hasn't been great either.
No, and the fact that, I mean, he's obviously a big focal point of that offense, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously when we played him, we held him to 30, but our defense is phenomenal. So yeah, Saquon, not the Saquon Barkley
It's not Mikey Saquon.
Yeah, there you go. It's not Mikey Saquon. Yes. It's like that. It's like that
Mikey,
picture.
yeah.
It's like that.
Still gives me nightmares from last year. Mikey Saquon going for 20, 30 points every week. It's bananas.
It's like that meme with Wolverine looking at the picture. That's what.
Oh yeah.
He
Wearing the
misses me.
Mikey the hot tamale uniform. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, exactly.
The only last one I have, and we'll move on here. I just put Robadunze, and I guess that's more Caleb Williams than Robadunze's fault, but someone who's kind of been pretty reliable throughout this year. Only 3 points, 2 receptions. Again, I kind of mentioned it. Like New Orleans defense is usually pretty bad, at least in terms of stopping the pass, and maybe just a really bad Caleb Williams day. Week 8 schedule. Matchup of the week. There's not a lot of good matchups, by the way. So I don't say this for like, all right, it's me. But I mean, 6th place Lemonheads, who are 3-4 versus 5th place 4-3 Gonzo Cats. Top team Lion Rip 5-2, taking on 3-4 Eaton W's. That's not a bad one because Eaton W's can put up some points as well. 2nd place Butterfingers 5-2, taking on 2-5 Chad Powers Fan Club. Notorious CUP in 3rd place at 5-2, battling 3-4 Cooper's Cousins. 4th place Hot Tamales 4-3, going toe to toe with the hottest team in the league, the Belt Sanders 3-4. 8th, it's so funny to say that. 8th place versus 11th place Kilgore Trout at 3-4 versus 2-5 NWA. The bye week from hell in week 8. No Cardinals, no Lions, no Jags, no Raiders, no Rams, no Seahawks. So no Kenny Walker. Not that he was doing well of late. No JSN for Miguel. No Stafford for Todd. No Devontae Adams. Guess he doesn't get started anyway. No Ashton Genty. He hasn't been doing well. No Travis Etienne. He's kind of cooled off. No Goff. Might be a good thing for me. No Amon-Ra for Mikey. No Trey McBride for me. So a lot of bye weeks this week. As Mikey mentioned, I think there's going to be a lot going on in that waiver wire. And we'll see if any trades take place because there's a lot of holes that need to be filled here this week. So there you go. That's what we got. How's everybody feeling? How are you feeling about your matchup next week, Miguel?
Like you said, Allen's the hottest team in the league, and I got to go find a wide receiver because
Fear the Sanders.
I've got 3 wide receivers on bye week, so yeah, I'm in. Bye-mageddon's hurting me this week.
Bye-mageddon. I love that. Nice
Really?
word. Yeah, and Allen looks like he's got a full roster outside of Travis Etienne. Yeah, he put Brian Robinson in, actually. Oh, he actually put Jordan Addison in. Wow, look at that. He's actually putting dudes in. Good for him. But yeah, so he's got his team in there, and Jalen Hurts versus the Giants. So we'll see how that goes. Todd, how are you feeling about your matchup?
Gonna go find a quarterback.
You and me both.
Yeah. I have Jackson Dart on my bench, but I did put in a waiver for another quarterback. They go pick up a defense and
who was that? Which quarterback?
See,
just between me and you. You can tell me.
Yeah.
No one's listening.
I know. Well, the problem. Well, I don't know even if I'm.
All right, I got the higher waiver. All right.
Yeah, so
it's not the highest waiver, but it's higher than Todd's.
Yeah,
it's Todd's. Whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever. Because I mean, how many quarterbacks do you have on your bench?
2.
Okay, well,
and they might both be gone by the end of the waiver wire.
Yeah, I would.
Because initially I was like, oh, Justin Fields versus Cincinnati, that might be something, and he might be benched this week, so may not be a good idea to start that fool.
They might release him.
Wow, yeah, see, there you go. And Kyler Murray's on a bye, so he's not helping me out.
Oh, well, no Trey McBride for you, so.
Yeah, that's another thing I got to figure out.
Yeah, so we shall see. I mean, yeah. But this is how you win championships. Is okay if your top players, are on a bye or something. You have to gotta figure it out. I mean, at least I have a few more weeks until McCaffrey goes on a bye, and the good thing is maybe hopefully. Since the Rams are on a bye this week and Puka didn't play this week, that he'll come back fresh and ready to go because that'll be. I will be jumping for joy, and then probably the one player that still, and granted it's not his fault because he's been hurt, but Scary Terry. He said I read
You're still talking about Scary Terry, isn't he done?
Yeah, I know. But
what has he done for you this year? Nothing.
Nothing. I know. Yeah, Matthew Golden's done more than Scary Terry has. But they said he's gonna have a full week of practice. I'm like, all right, but we'll see. I'm hesitant because granted they play on Monday night, so I can't. I have to kind of have to make that decision pretty quick if I'd want to play him. But like I said, gotta go find myself a quarterback and get a defense and a kicker. We'll be all right.
Yeah, just got to pick up the right people. That's all. So easy to do
Yeah,
every week.
exactly.
I got to face off against Bo Nix against Dallas. Oh, boy.
Oh,
That should be interesting.
how's that secondary looking? Eesh.
Well, they just they give up they gave up like 40 points to a combination of Daniels and Mariota. 41 points to Bryce Young. 61 to Justin Fields.
Oh,
That was a few weeks ago. I'm just glad I don't have to face off against Jahmyr Gibbs. Thank the fantasy guys, because that dude is amazing.
yeah, you'd probably be like, oh, well, this is fun.
But yeah. So there you have it. Week 7 recap in the books. Gosh, you know what I should have planned this out a little bit better. We should have done like a draft, who would we draft today?
Redraft?
Going forward. Maybe we'll do
redraft?
that next week.
Okay.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about we'll do like who would we, because we're a little more than halfway, because what, week 13 is our last week, or is it week 14? Week 13, right?
Week
And then it's
no, I
the
think it's
playoff.
14.
It's 14?
Yeah.
So we're about halfway through. So maybe next week on the podcast, we'll do a mock draft of the rest of the season. See how things change from where we were. I'm assuming Todd Diamond would still pick Christian McCaffrey as his number 1. Is that true, Todd?
Yeah.
Is he the number 1 overall pick for you, Mikey?
Oh.
Ooh,
Or is it Jamar Chase again?
I think it might be Jamar Chase.
Ooh, not Puka.
Or Jonathan Taylor?
Puka's hurt.
I know, but would you still? I mean,
He's
Puka's
hurt.
hurt, Todd. Puka's hurt.
Hurt. Chris McCaffrey soon to be hurt.
you get that. You take that evil words out of your mouth.
All right, folks. Well, that's going to do it for this week's edition of the MHA podcast. Wishing everyone the best of luck as we head into week 8. For Mikey Renaud, Todd Diamond, I'm Eric Lansing. We'll see you next time.